I applied for Boardroom Apprentice because I have worked in charities, non-governmental organisations, human rights organisations for my entire career, and I've been really lucky to have some fantastic boards and really supportive individual board members that have helped me grow as a person, personally and professionally, to be honest. And I had never really thought about making that connection myself and about being that person for somebody else, maybe the version of myself 10 years ago. I always, I suppose, fell into the trap of thinking that board members were of a particular age, maybe had reached a particular professional level, but I think I would really like to be able to give back while I'm still working in the sector as well. So that's why I thought now was the perfect time to apply for Boardroom Apprentice. I suppose I wasn't sure. I was hopeful, I think. I was hopeful that I was boardroom material, and I think I was just very pleased that something like this exists for us to be able to test it out. I think when we're younger, maybe when we're in primary school, there's lots of things that you can try out when you're younger and you don't have that fear of failure, and you're willing to put yourself out there a little bit more. And then as you get older and you go through college and you enter the working world, there's fewer and fewer opportunities, I think, to try things out. So I suppose I was curious to see if I was boardroom material and really wanted to take the opportunity to try it out in a very safe, supportive environment. Definitely more confident, and it's made me more confident not just in my interactions with the host board that I'm with, but also in my professional interaction day to day with the board that I work with. I just think practically I am a more effective staff member now that I have seen from the other side what a board needs in terms of information and data and setting things out. I think I'm a better staff member because of it. Well, I hope so anyway. I haven't. My board members aren't here to say it, and I definitely think it's made me more confident in those boardroom settings. Certainly I would have been one of those people that would have said, do as I say, not as I do. I would always be encouraging others to speak out, but it's certainly given me the confidence I need to take up space in board meetings and be confident and understand that if I have a question, probably somebody else is thinking exactly the same thing and they're dying for somebody to ask it. So it's definitely given me a lot more confidence. I found the process very easy, very supportive. It's quite refreshing, I think, the application process for Boardroom Apprentice, in that it is as much about your own personal motivation and what makes you unique, as opposed to necessarily just being an exhaustive list of achievements and set out your CV and bullet points. So it is a more holistic, I think, overview as an application form. I do think that there probably are things that could be improved to make sure that everybody can get involved, because I know that sometimes putting things in writing might not always be comfortable for everybody, but I certainly think that compared to other processes that I've been through, it's a lot more holistic, and it is very, very supportive. And I think it's important to say that it is just a first step, because Boardroom Apprentice, it's an amazing programme, but it shouldn't be expected to do all the heavy lifting of making our boards more diverse. You look around the room at every Boardroom Apprentice Learning Day and you can certainly feel that the presence in the room is different perhaps to board composition that we've seen, which is really encouraging because there's a pool of people who are eager to go out and sit on boards. But I would just worry that people see Boardroom Apprentice and think that that's the only work that needs to be done, whereas Boardroom Apprentice really is just the first step, and it needs to be supported so that people who are coming out of this process will actually be able to make the next step and get onto boards, because I think the application process to get onto maybe a public sector board is not quite as holistic and inclusive as the application process for Boardroom Apprentice itself. So there's a danger that to stop people getting bottlenecked into Boardroom Apprentice and then not being able to make the step. I definitely think Boardroom Apprentice needs to be commended and supported even more to make sure that people can move between the apprenticeship programme and being on a board. I would probably say to next year's applicants, really think about the time and really think about your why. The time element, everybody talks about it, but it really is true. Boardroom Apprentice, in the best possible way, does take over your life. And really, at the times where it will be a bit tougher, you need to remember your why and why you wanted to get involved in the programme in the first place, and that will see you through.